Hi everyone, it's Karen here. Welcome to another video with me and Lavinia Stamps. And it's March, the start of a new creative challenge with Lavinia, and the theme for this month is bursting with colour. So I tried to give you something here that is indeed bursting with colour. It's bright, it's colourful. I've got the fairy hive here, and then I've got two of the dancing fairies from the 3 dancing fairies set. I've adorned it with lots of holographic glitter, which I just love, love, love. And I've used my quickie glue pen to pop that on. I'm going to be using some of the gorgeous tassels. You can find these in the Dreamcatcher section of the Lavinia website. Oh my goodness, they come in all sorts of colours. There's silvers, there's purples, there's blues, there's greens. Have a ball. And I've just mixed a number of these together. So the colours that I'm going to be using, if we're going bursting with colour, I've picked some of the Bright Elements ink pads here. I've got violet chalk down at the bottom. I've got green sleeves all around the edges. And I've got blue atoll here. I'm using the background script stamp. It's quite a large stamp here, but it's lovely. It's got this gorgeous script, and then there are hearts all over it as well. And I've stamped that with Purple Delight, and then obviously my main images are stamped with Nocturne. So what I'm going to be stamping this on is a tag, and again you can buy these tags. These are the large ones, or smaller ones from the card section of the website. But if you don't have them, then the size of this tag is 18 centimeters long by 7 centimeters wide, or if you're in inches, 7 inches long and 3 inches wide. So we will get started by applying our background colours first. So I'm going to start with my blue atoll, which, if you know me, if you've followed me for a while, and you know that I love blue, so this is just gorgeous. I'm going to be using a piece of acetate here to cover my work. And I'm just going to bring some of that blue just down the edges, because obviously our fairy hive is going to go down through the centre. And I'm going to leave that with the yellow. And I've done it that way so that, because yellow is a lovely bright colour, it makes things pop. So that's why I've sort of allowed it to be framed with the yellow. Now we're going to come backwards and forwards with these colours in a second. So just something like that to start. Clean off my background. And I'm going to go in with my green sleeves, which is on my tag here. It looks yellow, doesn't it? But it is a lovely, almost fluorescent green. Now, bear in mind, our fairy hive is going to come down the centre here and down. So I'm almost going to apply my ink in that same way. So down through the centre here, widening out. And then coming back to a point. You can see I'm not being too careful about it, because we are going to bring the other colours in and around it to join it all together. Again, I do like to clean it off between, because these are such vibrant, rich colours that the ink seems to transfer, and whilst I want it transferred on my card, I want to be in control of that. So I've got violet chalk here, which is super bright, and I'm just going to pop a bit of that You can see I'm taking a bit off on my mat first, because I'd rather do it in several bits than in one hit, because it is such a very bright colour. And now this is where I'm going to join the two colours together. So now I want a bit more blue down this side. So I am going to bring it right over the yellowy green, because of course blue and yellow make green. So it's fine if we bring them over each other. So this is just your first layer of colour. Once we've put the hive down, we can add some colour around the edges. So when I'm blending two colours together like that, I am squishing this smoothing very tightly, because then you're sort of getting a bit more pressure and you're getting to the centre of the card. Okay, for now that's fine. Once we've stamped our hive, then we can add a bit more. Don't put the wrong colour, the wrong lid on the wrong colour. So I'm happy with that. Now I'm going to use my stamp platform and I'm going to ink it up with Nocturne. Lovely. There we have it. So I'm just going to clean my stamp, because as you know, I like to clean it up as I go along, because you never know when you might need it or want it again. Okay. Lovely. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to put a bit more of the blue, just because I love blue and I want it to be a bit more prominent than it is. But now I know where my fairy hive is going to be, so I'm liking that a lot. So we've got 2 layers of texture. If you think it looks a bit bland for now, we've still got 2 layers of texture to come. And I'm just going to clean off my fingers first, because I don't want it. So what I want to do here is create some splatters in the background, bleach out some of that colour from my inks. So because I don't want to do that too much around my hive, I'm going to put my stamp, which is why I cleaned it, face down. If you haven't cleaned it, you can put it like that. Just make sure that you don't transfer any of the ink, but because I did, that's fine. And you know, I usually use my fan brush, but for today, I'm just going to use my spritzy bottle. So I just spritz it with water. Give it a second and you can already see that start to bleach out. And then you've got this lovely variegation in your tag already. If you wanted those splatters to be a bit more pronounced, then use your fan brush, and there you go. Now, before we do anything else, we need to dry this, because otherwise the next layer isn't going to go too well. So there we have it. As you see, as it dries, some of those splatters become a bit more pronounced. Now we're going to pop our little dancing fairies on. For that, I am going to use my Nocturne. And I'm going to pop one of them here. And another one down at the bottom. It's like they're coming home after they're doing whatever fairies do during the day. So now I'm going to stamp my background strip, even my background script, over the tag. Now, as I mentioned, they've got some hearts on this, so make sure your hearts are going to be up the right way. I did that once. Second generation. And I'm just going to pop it lightly over the tag. Once, twice. Voila. So now it looks far more together. That was Purple Delight. And then the last thing that we're going to do to bring it all together is add some glitter. So what I did was I dotted it randomly down the top and all around the hive, and then around their wings. Now when I did their wings, be sure not to dot it too close together, because otherwise you'll end up with this big blob on their wings, and of course they're quite delicate, so leave some gaps when you're applying the glue. Just like that. And I only do bits of it at a time, otherwise the glue will dry, and we don't want that. So I then just randomly dotted in and around the top of this hive, tiny little dots. So I'm just literally making a mark on the paper with this glue pen. And I'm going to put some more glitter on it. And you can see how it's coming together. And then for the top here, I just went down . And there you have it. Look at that. Bursting with colour and lots of glitter. And then, as I said, what I did was I took the colourful pieces of braid and tassel that I could find from my stash, from the tassels, and matched it with the colours, and then attached it to the top of my tag. So there we have something bursting with colour. Happy March, and I'll be back again soon. Bye for now.